good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's morning somewhere. We are the Man United agenda. It has been a minute. It's been a while. And that's what happens international break. Everything goes quiet. But we're back. We are back. And what I would like to throw out there is after tonight, the next international break is March. So it's a smooth sailing, full steam ahead, game after game after game after game after game. So wonderful scenes, wonderful to be back. Mr. B, how are you, kind sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. We have to count down. We got 7 days till our game, so we'll be the last ones on. It's going to be a late Monday for us, but hopefully it's all going to be worth it. Yeah, I'm glad it. I say the international break's over, but it's not quite over yet. The England game's been played, so that's when I classify as it being over. To be fair, so look, they'll all be back in training. The Brazilian players are actually playing in Europe. Played in France, I think, and over here. So Casemiro, who is turning out to be quite a key man for us, isn't going to be too fatigued this one, so maybe he'll get 61 minutes instead of 60 this week. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the week, Rio. I'm looking forward to counting down. I hate the international break, but I look forward to it all coming back again.
It's true. It's true. It's a drag. It's a drag, but we're there. And I forgot about that. We are the Monday game. We are the Monday game, so it's a little bit longer for us. Colin, hello, kind sir. A rarity to see you on a Monday. How are we?
Not bad. Mouth's a little bit sore. Been to dentist today. Had loads of fillings put in, so if I'm mumbling a little bit, that's why. But yeah, it's good to be back on a show that's not a watch along.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Are you preparing yourself for Monday? Are you be doing a watch along on the Monday?
Work permitting, I will be doing it.
You'll be trying. You'll be trying.
I'll be trying. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. International break, yeah, over. What? There's been injuries and a lot of injuries across the board for different teams. You know, Arsenal, they've been hit with Gabriel. Semenyo, slight injury concern for him. So
I did hear that today, funny enough, the Semenyo one. They're keeping that a bit quiet, I think.
Yeah, so there might be some more news that comes out about that. But obviously, we've got our main man up front who's injured, which happened before the international break. But let me do some due diligence in the chat. Solo, of course, with his lovely kind words at the beginning. Big up everyone. Chat Sport, evening, good evening. Hydro, evening all, good evening, Hydro. Bart is a serious fan, good evening. And then, of course, Steph, Yo, Rio, Colin, and Mr. B. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining us. As always, again, we've been quiet on news. We apologize. We are back. We are back in the fold. There will be videos, live content all week, so don't worry, we are here. But yes, on to the main man, our leader at the top. So we all knew he got injured. You know, Tottenham game, he came off, he got hooked. And the news has come out, as per Sky Sports, Shesko to be out for a month at least, or at most, due to injury. So we haven't fully got the T's and C's and the hidden documentation of what exactly wrong with it is wrong with him and exactly when does this month start. But yeah, is it big news? Is it sad news? We kind of already knew he was injured. It was just the extent. So apparently it's looking likely that he's going to be missing 6 games. And it's the Newcastle game, so the Boxing Day game, which is the kind of anticipated game of return. Mr. B, I'll throw the ball into your court. How are you feeling about this? Is it a shock? Is it a big blow to you? What are your thoughts?
Well, we knew he was injured. My biggest fear is what he does, what Amrin does for the next few games. Obviously, Sesko hasn't been a nailed-on starter, which probably benefits us as a team because at least we've played without him and still managed to win the game. So I'm going to see Obi Mount coming in and Cunha going up top. I don't see any other change being made. Sesko hasn't actually exactly set the world alight, but I think he's key to what we're doing in regards to his link up play, winning headers and flick-ons and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting what he does. I'm glad it's only 4 weeks, but as you said, Rio, when does the 4 weeks start? Does it start from today?
It's not been disclosed. We don't even know if it's counting the 2 weeks we've just gone through. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
We don't
no, I
know.
hear
It's
you.
not fully been disclosed. It is an interesting one. And again, this is gonna kind of for the next week now. It's gonna be people are gonna be having their triangle shapes out to see what our front three are gonna look like. Is this a potential opportunity, Colin, for Mainu to come into the threshold? I know it's another. Do we dare speak his name? Do we dare speak his
name? I don't think this is even going to matter. Clearly, Amrim does not rate Mainu at the moment. I don't know what he's done wrong. Apparently, he's doing absolutely everything right in training, training sessions and all that. So I think we're still going to see Bruno and Casemiro playing that deeper centre mid roles, and it's going to be, Cunha, Mount, and probably Emblemo. Maybe Xerxes gets some games, which I hope he does because I like Xerxes.
Steph agrees with you there, kind of on that one.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. I think it's a bit of a blow that Sesko's not here because we don't actually have another recognised striker as such. But we'll just have to roll with the punches, I think.
Yeah, well, I do see it as an opportunity. I don't know if it is false hope. I do see it as an opportunity, and especially again, so for Kobe, I think Kobe. I'm gonna say it now. I think Kobe comes in. I think he gets his opportunity. I think he plays next to Casemiro, and I think Bruno will play in the 10 role. Bruno played in the number 10 for Portugal in a 9-1 win. We got a hat trick, 2 were penalties, but he got 2 assists as well. Bruno in that number 10. I think it's more about Bruno in that 10 rather than getting Mainu in, if that makes sense.
The problem is, if he goes Bruno in the 10, does that mean he moves in Bremo?
It'd be Bremo and Bruno and then Cunha up top.
No, what I'm saying is obviously when Bremo is our right-sided 10.
Yeah.
You see, so Bruno coming in. The thing is, if he thought Bruno could play the 10, how he wanted him to play it, he wouldn't have gone out and bought 2 10s. They don't play. They play how Amrin wants it to be, but Bruno doesn't play it like that. So I still don't see Mainu coming in.
We need to address this, Steph. There's some conflict going in the chat with the amount of views going. I know we've been the let of content over the week, but I don't know if there's many people watching. But we'll take it if it is.
I've got the stream opening on my phone, and that's currently saying 3.7k are watching.
Well, if there are 3.7k people here, welcome to the Man United agenda.
You know what, right? Obviously, you know my social situation. We'll put it like that. And I'm looking and what is going on? Anyway, look, we'll just say hi.
Hello.
To 4,100.
But yeah, in terms of where we position players, I've got it, and I have written it down. Cunha, Bruno, Mbeumo, Mainu, and Casemiro. And yeah, Mbeumo did kind of play off the left side a little bit against Spurs. He did a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think there's too much changes, Rio.
You reckon?
Yeah, do you know what? I would rather have as much as Mainu's not getting game time. I want us to win games. Mainu hasn't been part of our winning game. I understand he hasn't had his opportunity, and I would rather he was playing in the game, the breakthrough game. The game that we won. Where Amarin is forced not to change anything, but I think he just changes Cunha and the top 2. I don't want too many players playing in positions that they haven't been performing well in.
Yeah, and I get what you mean, and from recent behaviors from Amrim, he hasn't wanted to tinker too much with the set mode. So again, it's more of a hope. Injury, as bad as it is, it causes and opens opportunity for others. So yeah, he might just go back to what he's done before. And as you say, he's given Mount a go before, so he trusts Mount. And I like Mount. So if that did happen, I wouldn't mind that. Callum, you're probably agreeing on that one, aren't you? In terms of Mount.
Yeah. I when we signed Mount, I kind of wrote it off. Like, why are we getting this player? He's on the injury table more than what is on the pitch. He's another Luke Shaw. What is the point? But, I'm happy to say when I've been proven wrong, I'll hold my hands up. And he has proven me wrong. He takes his opportunities when they're given. And he's turned into be a very competent player for United. So more credit to him. If he can get the game time, give him the game time.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting because, again, we've got the extra day. So there will be an extra day of training for the team. So we'll probably see. Amrin might disclose his cards earlier, like when it comes to the before the Everton game. We might get kind of a bit of an inkling.
I think he tries to keep it quiet. Will his presser go out later than normal then? Or will it still go out on the Thursday?
He'll do it. I think it will be later. I think he'll do it on the Friday. Yeah, it'll be Friday, and then we'll get like the embargoed full thing like Saturday morning. In fact, no, sorry, Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning.
Yeah, I don't think he changes too much from what he's been doing, Rio. If I'm really, really honest, I don't think he changes too much. I'm happy with that.
And Xerxes, a small word for Xerxes? No chance.
Again? No. I don't think he's going to be the guy. If he's had 90 minutes or 82 minutes in all the games we played, obviously he's not in the manager's plans because he had the opportunity to play him. Obviously, when he played Cunha in that position, I'm not sure he knows what position to play Xerxes in.
Yeah.
But I would like to see him be given an opportunity. I'll be honest, I would love to see him be given an opportunity to play, but I don't think he gets the opportunity.
No, it's fair. It's fair. We'll have to see. Hopefully, I like Xerxes. I rated him last season, so hopefully he does get more game time. Okay. So there has been transfer news. Believe it or not, it's been kind of chopping, changing all week to the point where we've kind of been nailed down to a topical debate. And lo and behold, it brings us back to the midfield department. So I feel like it was only a week ago where we were tossing names into a hat and saying it could be this player, it could be that player, it could be this player. And to be honest, the same names are being recycled to the point where we've actually apparently gone in with an official bid of some kind. And this comes from IndyCar News, so trust it as much as you want. Obviously, he did have a big bomber in the win in the summer, and obviously you got the big shout out by David Ornstein. But he goes, my contacts at the club are telling me that bid has been submitted for Adam Wharton. Ruben Amorim loves the player and believes he can sell the project to Adam before Liverpool contact the player. So, to be honest, me stuttering, this kind of sums up how I feel about our situation right now. I've lost the will in regards to a midfielder. I've lost it in terms of who we're going for, like the names that we've been thrown with: Wharton, Baleba, Gomez, who am I? Anderson. There's so many.
There must be six. There must be six so far.
There's going to be another. Yeah, there's going to be another that I'm not. Stiller. You know, the names just keep coming, and obviously we've apparently gone in with an official bid. So, thoughts on it again for the 100th time, midfielders. Colin, what are you thinking?
Well, first of all, I think that this guy's sauce is, that of the same variety as red and brown. If I'm going to be honest with you, because we are not contacting them in regards to this, because they're just going to go, well, look at how he's doing. He's playing. That's 100 million right there. We know that they're going to say 100 million already. So why are we going to contact him at the moment when he's he's like one of their key players this season. It's never going to happen at all. We all know that we need midfielders. We all know this, and we need to get a midfielder in January. I'm going to keep dying on this hill because I've been saying it for ages. I want Stiller. No, I want Stiller. I want Stiller. The kid is a baller. Yes, you can forget about the, the nostrils and stuff that he's got on him. That doesn't matter. He don't play football with his nose. He plays with his feet.
They say he can smell a through ball from far away, to be fair.
Well, there we go then. There we go. If he can smell a through ball from far away. And not only that, like, the reason why I keep advocating it is he's probably going to cost 30 million.
Yeah.
Compared to the 100, 120, whatever it is that we're getting asked at the moment for the players like Baleba and, Elliot Anderson and all these other ones. So,
Mr. B, what about you? What are you thinking? Because I keep changing my mind, to be honest with you. And this is me falling for the propaganda. Every other day I'm watching a compilation video of one of these midfielders and forgetting I've watched it already because I've been going through a cycle. Like, again, who? Tell me.
I take anybody we can get in January. I'm not a Gallagher fan, but I understand he gets around the pitch a lot. My issue is with his passing, but if it's a 6-month loan to get us through to the end of the season with an option, not obligation, option to buy, then I have no problem with Conor Gallagher coming in. Would it be Conor Gallagher and somebody else in January? Probably not, but we definitely 100% need another. I mean, we've been saying, I've been hearing bits and pieces today that, Baleba might be available in January. I don't see how. Obviously, we had money to have gone in for Baleba, so we're probably sitting down on a bit of cash. But I don't see how we pull that deal off. Does Mainu get involved in that? Mainu wants out. Does Mainu get involved in that deal as a little sweetener, so maybe they're not losing a midfielder? We need somebody in. We do 100% need somebody in. I'm just not sure. I don't have a preference. Summer, I would love to have. I'll be greedy in it. You give me Anderson, all three of them, Baleba, Anderson, and then we're laughing for the summer because I think we need to buy 3. But if we can get,
would you rather that? Would you rather that? Sorry. So obviously there's been this kind of saying of like we potentially might not go for anyone in the January because we would rather walk and get to the ideal solution in the summer.
I do understand that, but situations change. If you can strike now before Liverpool realise that they're a midfielder short, before Chelsea say, we're going to buy another central midfielder just because we can. Arsenal are going to be sitting on £100 million Champions League money. You know what I mean? Players, not saying they've got money to burn. Newcastle as well. Tonali obviously is a great midfielder. I just don't see us getting him. But they're probably going to add to what they've got now. So if we're going to do the deal, it has to be one that is 100% tied up, like the Mbremo and the Cunha, where it didn't matter who else came in for them. They only wanted to come to Man United. If that's the case, and they can guarantee that for January, for the summer, then fine. But I'm not sure we can. I don't think Gallagher is a long-term option. But I think he's 100% a January option. And if that's the one that we get, that's the one we get. Gomez, obviously, from Wolves, I think that would have to be a purchase. They're not going to be loaning them out. So it depends on what the club wants to do. Gallagher, what's Gallagher on wages wise? He can't be on,
I'm not too
massive amounts of money.
Too sure.
I'll tell you.
Chat. You let us know, chat. Out of the names we've thrown in the hat, pull them in a bingo machine spin, like pull them out. Who would you go with, chat, right now if you had to pick out of Wharton, I've got a list: Wharton, Anderson, Joe Gomez, Baleba, Stiller, or Gallagher. Who would you go with if you had to? I'd be interested to get your thoughts.
Matty's come up with one here. Why not buy loan a player from the Saudi league? Who is it to loan?
I mean, it's not even that, Mr. B. The issue with that is, yes, there are some okay players there. I mean, they're all going towards the back end of the career, most of them anyway. But they're all on like £450,000 a week. We're not going to pay £450,000 a week for a loan player. You know what I mean? It's never going to happen.
Yeah, it's not. But we need someone. Ultimately, we need someone. So I am now starting to think more towards a loan, to be honest with you. But there you go. Neves, Milinkovic, Savic, Kessie, Fabinho, etc., etc. Again, I understand the sentiment about it, but it's just not going to happen. Stuff like that's just not going to happen. Farn, 1994. Hello, kind sir or madam. Obviously, we don't discriminate. Anderson, gone with Anderson. So that's the shout for Anderson. Chat Sports goes Gallagher only. He's the only realistic option that would join quickly. We deserve better. Hello, kind sir. I will take ex-Inter CDM Lucien Aguema, who is 23 and killing it at Seville in January. Fair enough. That's not a name that's been thrown out there. So I like little picks like that. I do like it when you go outside of the box, but you should be part of the United scouting team if that case, because they're struggling at this moment in time. 30 million euros, and again, absolute steal. Same as Stiller. You know, we should be going for these kind of picks. Loans, we only pay half the salary. That's very true. That is very true.
That's negotiable, though, isn't it, by both clubs?
Yeah.
We could pay more than that.
And then, Rebel, please hit the like and subscribe button, folks. We're giving away... whoa. Oh, a shirt at 4K sub, sorry. I misread that. Shocked. Shot of what?
Give away a shot, yeah.
Rebel's still celebrating off the win off the weekend. That's what it is. He's still merry. And then Steph goes Joe Gomez or Ruben Neves in January. I like the Neves shout. I do like the Neves shout. People think he's old as well. He's not old. He's not old. He's still kind of mid 20s. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting who we go with. I just generally, if I had to pick right now, out of them all, in terms of profile for our team, I would go Wharton.
What if you could get
we've got unlimited budget. If just the best,
you would take Wharton over Anderson, seeing what Anderson has been doing, yeah.
Yeah, I think Wharton is more suited for what we need, if I'm going to be honest with you. Anderson is very good. He's more of a tiki-taka, doesn't want to progress too much with the ball. You know, Wharton, he's got a bit of a ball carrying ability with him, you know. So I prefer Wharton in terms of what we need, personally.
Cole? The preference?
I mean, if we're just going off of the one,
you have to choose. Who are you actually choosing?
I want Stiller, but I mean, if we're going just Prem League, I suppose I probably would go more towards Wharton as well. Just because I think it'd be an easier deal to do. He's on 35 grand a week at Crystal Palace. You know, we can absolutely blow his wages out at water. The issue is how much they're going to be asking for him. That's where the sticking point is, I'm afraid.
No, Chat Sport. No, not in January. Just your first choice. Forget about January. Just your first choice midfielder who you would want to come into the club to make that difference. Obviously, Rio, you went. Who did you go, Rio?
I've gone with Wharton. We both gone with Wharton. What about you, Mr. B?
I go Anderson. I just think
you want Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah. Why I say that as my argument for Anderson? He's more of a complete central midfielder. So if he ends up in positions where he's maybe not supposed to be ending up, like Casemiro's supposed to be a midfielder, Casemiro scoring goals. So I think Wharton, I'm not saying he's limited to what he can do. Oh, look, maybe I'm being biased. Maybe I haven't watched Wharton enough. But I just think that Anderson has more movement on the pitch.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit more. I'm not going to say he's more technical. He's probably not. Yeah, I'd say he's probably a little bit more technical as well. And as I said, because I think he's more complete, I just feel that if he ends up in, the left side of midfield and his brain knows what to do. I'm not saying Wharton doesn't, but you don't really see Wharton further up the pitch. He teams just to sit in one place, which is fine if that's what we're looking for. But mine would be Anderson.
Okay, fair enough. We deserve better. No club will set Anderson or Wharton in January.
Yeah, I get that. It was more of a pipe dream, innit?
Yeah, it was purely kind of if we was on Football Manager or on FIFA and we had the ability to pick them up and just move them, unlimited, no qualms. Who would you go with? The
only one I think realistically though I think the only one we can get at the moment is Gallagher. He wants to move. It's just the terms of that. What did you say his wages were, Cole? Sorry?
He's on 150,000 a week.
That is a bit, That's more
it
than
is a bit, but it is more than I thought he would have done. But it kind of falls in line with what we could pay that for 6 months. Would we have to pay a fee? Would we have to pay?
Probably.
But if we got him, I'd expect to them play him if that's the case. If we got
they can't get him and not play him. Oh yeah. He would have to be within.
But that's the issue now. You get Gallagher in. Do you see him coming straight into the team if you're going to be paying that kind of wage?
He has to. Whoever we get has to be able to supplement or make a difference or be better than what we've got. We're probably not going to get better because I don't see. I look at Gallagher on one hand and I look at Casemiro on the other hand. I don't think Gallagher laces Casemiro's boots, but he gets around the pitch a lot more than Casemiro does. We got Agate who man just run past. I don't understand. He's a holding midfielder or he's an offensive midfielder. Man run past him all the fucking time. I don't get it. His body shape's wrong. He's always, it's not facing the wrong way, but they just keep running past him. So why is he there? So if Gallagher's gonna make that difference, and that's why I could see Wharton probably making a difference then in regards to that. But I just think it's gonna be Gallagher. I'm bracing myself for a Gallagher move.
Okay.
And if they do it early. If they do it, don't wait until January the 31st when we know that we need a player in and we're back down to 1 game a week. You know what I mean? If that's something that can be lined up, January the 1st, January the 2nd, January the 3rd, January the 4th, get him in the club.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, that moves us on to a bit of juicy news that takes us away from centre mids and a kind of another bit of a pipe dream, one that I do not think is going to happen at all. But news is news, and we will talk about it. And it is who we spoke about earlier, Semenyo. So obviously he's got a slight injury, but it has come out that Anton Semenyo release clause is set at 65 million for January. So, 2 months' time, 65 million. The clause first revealed on TalkSport is not valued for the full duration of the window, so it's only a set amount of time so that Bournemouth can sort out a replacement.
Maybe first 2 weeks.
Although Bournemouth will fight to keep Semenyo in January, they are realistic and an exit is possible given his rich form. Spurs and Manchester United considered Semenyo over the summer. Understand Liverpool holding interested heading into 2026. Bullshit, to be honest, in terms of us getting him. I don't see that happening at all. But one can hope. One can definitely hope. What are your thoughts on this one, Colin? Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all it is, and that's all we can do is hope. To be fair, I think, like Farn's saying here, I think Liverpool have got their talons dug in already. I think as soon as it comes to January the 1st, we're going to be seeing that they've paid this release clause, and he'll be going Because let's face it, he's not going to join Spurs because Spurs are even worse than us. Let's be honest, it's absolutely shocking. And unless an Arsenal or maybe a City come in, I think he might prefer Liverpool. But I think City are monitoring this situation as well. So
everyone's going to be all over him like a wasp over a coat can. Like they generally are going to be interested in him. He's been incredible this season. Obviously, he's gone a little bit lukewarm over the last month or so, but his ability is second to none. You know, he's a top jugador, top player. Even if we did get him, would he fit our system? Like, Mr. B, would you have him? Sorry. The answer is yes to that. You would have him. Everyone will have him. How do I rephrase it? Do you think we would have him? Or do you think we would get him?
I think there's more Liverpool talk. I'm like Farn at the moment. I heard the Liverpool talk was more the interest. I think they need to replace Salah. Obviously,
their fans better behave if he goes over there. You know.
When I heard the Liverpool connection, I thought they did all of that to win their stadium. You know, maybe he won't. But sometimes money talks. You know what I mean? 65 million, I think, is a reasonable price for him.
Big one from We Deserve Better as well. No AFCON for Semenyo as well. So Semenyo will not be going AFCON.
Oh shit! I mean, maybe that can work. Maybe that can work.
We need someone.
We do, but the problem is that's not the position that we need the player in. You see what I mean? If we go out and buy another, what we classify him as, a wide or a 10? Because he's either going to be playing.
He's a wide, but he can play 10. He wouldn't be. But ultimately, Amorim does want to transition into having wing backs that are attackers. But I can't see him being that. I don't know.
Well, he can think, can't he? He can play his right wing, left wing, right mid, left mid, attacking mid, and a centre forward. So he can play all those positions. So maybe he can. If we do sign him, he then becomes Sesko's rival to lead the line. That's where he's been playing mainly. 73 times, 12 goals, 13 assists as a striker.
Is that where he's playing? Okay?
Who is Semenyo?
Yeah.
No, Semenyo plays off the left.
He's played 73 times as a striker, 12 goals, 13 assists. It's his best position overall.
I don't think that's been the season though.
I thought it
might not have been this season. I
thought it was right. I thought it was the right side.
He's left. He's a left, but because even Nielsen or Krupi Jr. has been playing up top for Bournemouth this season. But he is very advanced. If that's like Sarr for Crystal Palace, Sarr's not a striker, but in a lot of positions he's playing right next to Mateta. So I think that's what Semenyo in this case is. So Colin hit the nail on the head. He can play everywhere. Like, he's a very versatile player. So he's not just limited.
Do you want a can play everywhere kind of player? Would you rather get
well, we got Mbeumo. Right? We got Mbeumo. That was that. Mbeumo was playing off the right wing a lot of the time last season, and we're playing him inside now. Cunha. He can play off the left. He can play as a striker, and he can play as a 10. I think in this Amorim system, Ahmad prime example.
Okay then. So Cole, football brain. What would be? We get Semenyo in. Where does he play?
Well, with the formation Amorim's playing, he has to play as a striker. He can't. I don't think he can, unless we play Cunha there and play Semenyo on the left where Cunha plays in the 10 role.
So they're the only two places. 5 million for a sub.
No, see, Cunha would be either up front or the stick and Baleba up front. Stick Semenyo where Cunha is. Where's Sesko? Probably on the bench, to be honest with you.
It's a fair point.
Right. So we spent 65 on Sesko, who now becomes a sub. Or
you just rotate. You rotate.
Rotate? What we rotating? Are you serious?
Right, okay. So would you rather, Mr. B, just go out and buy some midfielders that we do need? I understand we need that. We'll go out and buy midfielders, but then play the rest of the season with one striker that if he gets injured again, we have no other options.
But then you're saying we've got Cunha who can do that.
Yeah, but
Cunha's
then
false
everyone has
nine.
to but then everyone has to shift it up anyway. So we'd be filling in holes as it stands, unless you're going to start saying getting Obi out of the academy again and start throwing him into the mix.
I would
We'll get
rather
-9 back. There you go.
fuck it though. No, no. I would rather get the midfielders. I'll be honest. As much as we probably do need Sesko cover, I feel with Cunha in the squad and Mount staying fit, fingers crossed, we've got that avenue covered. We don't have any change for midfield. We've got Casemiro and Bruno. That is it. And we've got Casemiro for 60 minutes. You know what I mean? He'll go and run around the pitch for Brazil, no problem for the whole 90. I'm just, as I said, I'm glad he played in Europe, but he's going to come to us blown out of his backside. You know what I mean? I know our next few games are easier, but we need somebody else. We do need somebody else.
Steph agrees with you. We have loads of options in attack, address the mess in midfield. And to be fair, Steph, it's a great call out. And I don't think we all don't disagree with that. I don't think midfield is priority. And again, this is what's happened. You know, the rumor mill of Semenyo, we've spent about 10 minutes talking about it. We are not getting Semenyo, but it does raise the question about our attacking kind of fragility. You know, Shesko's gone AWOL, and we're kind of a little bit at panic stations. But
Can we recall Toby?
Yeah?
Can we recall Toby?
I don't believe so.
No.
Because that would have been another good option for us in midfield.
No, I'm sure they said, because he's actually injured, isn't he, at the moment? And I don't even think we're dealing with. I'm sure we're not even dealing with his injury, or he has been injured.
I don't think we're going to be doing any kind of recourse, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think
his goal output as a forward is poor. 12 goals in 73 appearances. I would pass. Who's this on? Semenyo.
Semenyo, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. To be fair, though,
he's not a banging. I just see him as.
No, yeah. And this season, and to be honest with you, it's the same as Cunha. You know, Cunha's not a prolific goal scorer. Only last season was his amazing season.
But Cunha's. What game was it where the last 20 minutes he just picked up the ball and ran with it and just held it and went past players and then fell on the floor? What game was that?
It might have been Liverpool. It might have been Fulham.
I think it was a Liverpool game. Liverpool game. Okay. We don't have players that we need Cunha in our team.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Cunha is brilliant, but we've kind of signed him off the back of one really, really good season. Like he wasn't really showing that prior to that, and that's what.
You think Cunha's gonna get better?
Yeah, Cunha will get better.
Okay,
definitely.
So
Cunha will get
better.
Right.
Okay,
we've just got him at the right time. Yeah, we've took a punt at him at the right time. You know, he was at Hertha. He's been at Atletico Madrid. People don't even talk about that. You know, Leipzig. He's had a troubling time, and only last season he's banged, and then we've got him. And I think Semenyo is doing that this season. I think Semenyo hasn't shown in the past this level of ability. He's just doing it now.
But then they said that's the same thing with Mbeumo. He hit 20, and everybody said he's not going to hit 20. He's going to hit 20 again this season.
Yeah, and people, and he did that with penalties last season. So,
I just don't think we have an out-and-out goal scorer in our squad. If we're talking forwards-wise, we don't have one. Because Shesko's not a prolific goal scorer at all. He's a target man.
Goals, in it.
He's a big target man. That's what he's there for. I mean, his stats kind of show that. I mean, 186 games as a forward, 89 goals, 22 assists. You know, he's there to flick it on, and that's what we're benefiting. That's one thing he brings to us. We play that ball up, we flick it on for Mbeumo and Cunha, which is fantastic. But what are we doing at this moment in time? That's my worry. He's out now for however long. What are we doing?
It's again, and that's what happens. There's going to be a lot of situations where we have to go for gambles, and that's what we've done. And ultimately, the gamble we've gone with Shesko, he's ended up injured. I agree. I think we need to fill that void in some way, and I think a lot of times now, it's rare that you get a player where you get them in to set in one position. All of our signings, apart from Shesko, they can all play in a multitude of positions. So I agree. I think we need to kind of invest in the attack, but at the same time, I do think the midfield is priority. So unless we get by again, because again, Shesko's not out for ages. Newcastle, before we know it, Christmas, we'll be taking down our Christmas decorations and Shesko will be back. So that's how quick he 6 games, or he misses 6 games. And that's the only shame about it, is like the timing of him missing these games. It's bad because of how thick and fast the games are going to be coming.
I agree with you that obviously that we all know, every United fan knows, the midfield is the core issue that we're having. We need to get somebody in to help with this midfield. But if our best option is Conor Gallagher, how much is that really going to improve us? Spurs were after him for ages and didn't get him, and he went to Atletico Madrid. And he's not happy there because he's not getting the game time. Why is he not getting the game time? And no disrespect to the league, but why is he not getting the game time in an easier league?
Yeah. You stunned me on that one.
Smug look by Mr. B. I saw that then.
Yeah, I like that.
What one was it? Tequila joins us. Big up panel. Hope you are well. Good evening, Tequila. Good evening. Big game for you this weekend. Big game. Every window, no matter the manager. CC. Huh? What have I missed there? CC. Okay.
What CC?
What's CC?
Conor,
is that you?
No. So he's just saying, obviously, because I said that Spurs are after Conor Gallagher for so long. He's like, yeah, he's confirming, because he's a Spurs fan, obviously, that they've been after him every single window, no matter who the manager was. They're always linked to him.
Okay. There was someone that used to be Schneider many years ago. Schneider.
Yeah.
We were linked with Schneider every single window. What we do to have him in our midfield right now, actually, that'd be amazing. But gents, there will be more news this week. I think it's going to be one of those weeks, actually. The players are going to be coming back to training. I think they're back at Carrington tomorrow. I don't believe there's any more games. I think the last games were tonight. Some of them off the back of some big performances. Like I said, I mentioned Bruno, big performance. Casemiro, doing it big again for Brazil.
Did anybody else do? I said, me in international football, it's not really my thing. Have those been the only two that have done well?
The only two ones to shine. Yeah, Dorgu, I think, got a goal for Denmark again, which he keeps doing.
Lemons,
I don't believe I'm not too sure about Lemons, actually. Fair point. I'm not too sure about Lemons. I don't know if he got a minute. Maybe he did. Sad news for Mbeumo, though. Obviously, won't be going to the World Cup.
Why is that sad news?
Well, no, it's sad news for him. It's sad news for him.
Rest up, bruv. Rest up.
Ultimately, in the summer,
I'm selfish.
In the summer,
England
it's going to be a big rest.
England can go all the way. We ain't got no players playing for England. He can rest. Brazil, Cunha can rest. Let him get lick out early. Who else? Yeah, all of our players. Belgium.
Baleba as well. He's not our player. He's not our player.
That's a shame.
No World Cup.
That's a shame, man.
So, we could be going for him because they've got no World Cup. Won the World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, Lemens didn't play.
Yeah, Lemens didn't play. He was there. He was there. He was there in spirit, and it's good for him to be part of the team. Obviously, I've got high hopes for Lemens.
Lemens is fine. Lemens will be fine. I think. I know it's early, but I think we made the right. I think we made the right choice with him.
Steph Mazraoui got 80 minutes under his belt for Morocco. Love that. 80. Love that. Fair enough. Tequila, as a Spurs fan, I can't even have a laugh at Onana anymore. You done fixed that problem. Well played. Thank you. We did. We went through our torture. We went through our trials and tribulations. We went through our suffering with Onana, the hologram, Papadum hands. But That's over. He's gone. Finally. And Steph has shouted. Go on. But Casemiro played another full 90 minutes for Brazil. The criminal.
I was happy that it was in
He's
France.
fine.
He's
European. Fine. He will be fine. This myth about him only doing.
My point is, I get what. Listen, I get what we deserve better saying. How's he playing double 90 minutes for Brazil and he's not playing the 90 minutes for us?
Right, I'm going to educate people here why he's doing 90 minutes for Brazil. Because their Brazil and international games are not as intense as the Premier League games. They are a lot less physical and less physically demanding.
But then surely you as a manager, you want to take care of. Did he need to play the full night? Does he need to play the full 90 minutes both games?
Well,
this is my point. 34 years old.
That's a different argument, though.
Yeah, but it's a different manager. You know, we have. If you're Ruben Amorim, you have no control of what the Brazilian manager does with Casemiro whilst he's away.
I understand that, but surely they're gonna have somebody else. Like I don't know. It's just. I'm glad he's playing for Brazil, but what I hoped was he would have got bought by Saudi off the back of playing for Brazil. Like money-wise, they would have came in and said, we'll take him, blah, blah, blah. Now, he's going to leave on a free.
But he's got to think as well, though. Like, this is potentially Casemiro's last chance at a World Cup. Playing in the World Cup. If he gets injured, he's done. He won't be going to this World Cup. You know what I mean? He's trying to get as many caps, and the manager wants to give him as many minutes as possible for the Brazilian national squad because he's such a Brazilian. He's a leader in that squad.
At the same time, they do play a different system. So, we play with a 2-man, and it feels like it's only a 2-man. But I'm not having it. He's one of the greatest DMs of this generation. I'm not having that he's hit, 32, 33, and now he's got no gas tank. I'm not having it. I just think he gets subbed off in its tactical situations. He's not run to the ground. He's still a good player. He just needs to stop doing that horrible blind behind, that blind pass that he does. Once he gets that out of his system, which he never will, because he's not never will.
Right, there you go. So he's trademarking
it. Yeah, that's his trademark. Yeah, but once he, again, I'm not having it. I will go on record and say by the end of the season, I want to be saying, Casemiro, take a bow. Thank you for your services, and I will get him on the back of my shirt to say thank you. If obviously he's had an incredible season, so that's documented. I can see him having a very good season. I don't know what it is, but I think he's got that spark back. But hopefully he takes that into the Everton game, or it comes Saturday night and we hear that he's injured because he's been run to the ground with Brazil. But yeah, gents, it's been a lovely one. Obviously, we've been back, so it's been good to talk about Manchester United once again at the end of this international break. Chat, thank you as always. I think the last update was 14 likes. If you don't mind, if you've not done so already, smash the likes. It helps support the channel. I really do appreciate you. Yaba wants to build a statue to Maguire. That will be his task for the next week before we get to the Everton game. Mr. B, last words before we depart. No.
Big up Conor Gallagher.
Fair enough. Short and sweet. Big up Conor Gallagher. Colum, you kind sir.
Yeah. Stay safe, everyone. And I'll do a special show for WeDB as well, educating them on the world of football, everything. grass length. I'm going to go down to the minuscule grass length and everything, mate. Don't you worry about that.
You can have a tactical discussion. Most definitely. But anyway, gents, thank you, chat, as always. Monday evening. It's been a drag, but the international break is over. A week now, we'll be knowing the result for the Everton game. So come on. Man United, transfer news and all that's good with Manchester United. Thank you and good night. Glory, glory.